Ame-no-Uzume, the cheerful goddess of dawn. To tell the story of Ame-no-Uzume, one needs to mention the human-like relationship between Amaterasu and her little brother, Susanoo. Susanoo, the third of the three precious children of Izanagi, was fairly troublesome from the beginning, and just like many youngest siblings, made a living hell of Amaterasu's life. She tolerated his behavior for a while, but Susanoo went too far when he tossed a horse into her weaving hole, killing one of her servants in the process. This made the sun goddess furious. But some stories tell of another of Susanoo's mischiefs, when he secretly defecated on her seat. Amaterasu sat on it at the beginning of some festivities and stood up right away when she noticed what she had sat on. In rage and embarrassment, she went to hide in the rock cave of heaven and shut its entrance with a rock, thus denying her light to the world and plunging it into darkness. The kami grew desperate, but Omoikane, the god of wisdom, devised a plan to get her out. A plan relying in big part on Ame-no-Uzume, the cheerful goddess. To gain Amaterasu's attention, the gods gathered roosters to crow for the sun to return, then hung mirrors, beads, and clothes to a flourishing sakaki tree. And to drive the celebration that would call upon the sun goddess' interest, Ame-no-Uzume took a spot by the cave, in front of the myriad of kami, turned a bucket upside down, went to stand on it, tore the clothes from her chest, and started dancing. She danced as if possessed, like a shaman in trance, and thus performed the first Kagura dance in mythology. The gods laughed and cheered. Amaterasu wondered why her people should show such joy while she was away. Ame-no-Uzume replied that they were happy because a god greater than Amaterasu herself had joined them. Curious, she slid the rock blocking the cave just enough to take a peek at this unknown god. Another kami used this chance and raised a mirror in front of Amaterasu, who was struck by her own reflection. At this moment, Ame-no-Tajikarao, the kami of strength, pulled Amaterasu out and blocked the entrance with the rock once more. When asked to rejoin them, Amaterasu agreed, and thus the light returned to our world. Uzume was also one of the kami sent by Amaterasu to accompany her grandson Ninigi on his journey to the central plain, and it was a good thing she joined them, for no sooner did they reach the floating bridge connecting heaven and earth that their path was blocked by Saruta Hiko, the leader of the earthly kami. Uzume not only convinced him to let them pass, but the two of them later married, and their children would go on to create many art forms such as no theater and Kagura dances.